Welcome all children. So today we'll be studying the topic electrical properties in solids. So solids will show electrical conductivity. They'll conduct electricity which ranges between 10 to the power minus 20 to 10 to the power 7 ohm inverse meter inverse. So on the basis of conductivity ranging between these, some solids will, that is on the basis of conductivity, when we talk, it is that some solids will conduct more electricity, some will conduct less electricity. So on the basis of conductivity they are divided into three classes: conductors, very good conductivity; semiconductors, conductivity between conductors and insulators; and insulators, very low conductivity they will show. So in conductors, very good. Metals generally we say are good conductors of electricity. They have electrical conductivity between 10 to the power 4 to 10 to the power 7 ohm inverse meter inverse. Semiconductors having conductivity between 10 to the power minus 6 to 10 to the power 4 ohm inverse meter inverse. And insulators having conductivity between 10 to the power minus 20 to 10 to the power minus 10 ohm inverse meter inverse. So in conductors this, in insulators this, and in semiconductors this, and in insulators this. So very low in insulators, very high in conductor, and intermediate in semiconductors. Now next topic is conduction of electricity in metals. Whenever we talk about conductors generally conduct electricity either due to the movement of electrons or due to the movement of ions. So whenever any conductor conduct electricity due to movement of electrons, whenever electrons move and will make the solid to conduct electricity, then those are metallic conductors. Because you know in metals there is movement of electrons. In the same way, whenever we talk about movement of ions under electrical field, whenever a solid conduct electricity due to the movement of ions in electric field, then those are electrolytic conductors. So this is the difference between the two. In metallic conductors it is the movement of electrons, and in electrolytic it is the movement of ions. Next, metal will conduct electricity in both solid as well as in molten state. Molten is basically that can flow. So metals can conduct in both the states. So whenever we talk about the conductivity in metals, you know it is due to the movement of electrons. So more the number of valence electrons available, more will be the conductivity in case of metals. Now if these two are if this is one metal atom and this is another metal atom, then what will happen? It is in one atomic orbital of metal atom, then this is another atomic orbital of metal atom. Now these two atomic orbitals of metal atom will combine and will form molecular orbital of metal atom. Now this you have already studied in molecular orbital theory. Atomic orbitals combine to form molecular orbitals. In the same way, many atomic orbitals combine and form molecular orbitals in case of metals. Now what happens if I talk about these two molecular orbitals of metal atom? There is very less energy gap between these two molecular orbitals. They are almost of same energy. Here we say that these molecular orbitals are the bands. So this is the valence band and this is the conduction band. Lower one is valence band and upper one is conduction band. Very less energy gap between these two molecular orbitals or the bands. Now valence band is filled or partially filled, having valence electron, and upper one conduction band is empty. Now what happens, as I'll give you one example. If we talk about stairs, if the stairs are of very small size, steps of the stairs are of very small size, first, second, third step, you can easily jump from first step to third step if the size of step is small. So this is what happens in case of metal. Size of step is very small, so electron can easily jump from valence band to conduction band. Thereby, movement of electron occurring and conduction of electricity is occurring. Now we'll come to insulators. In insulators, now the size of steps have become large. So the second step is very large. So it becomes really difficult for you to jump directly from first step to third step, because the energy difference is very large. This is what? This is valence band, this is conduction band, filled band, empty band. Very large energy gap between these two bands. So it becomes really difficult for the electrons to jump from lower energy band to higher energy band. Thereby the conduction of electricity becomes really difficult. Now we'll come to semiconductors, having conductivity in between metals and insulators. Having conductivity in between metals and insulators. Very low energy gap, very small energy gap between the valence band and conduction band. So though difficult for the electrons to jump, but if external energy is given, that is if you heat, then these electrons, valence electron, can jump. What happens exactly? If we talk about semiconductors, we give example of silicon or germanium. So very less energy gap in between the two bands in case of these two semiconductors, silicon and germanium. They will not conduct electricity at room temperature, but on giving heat, these electrons will gain energy and jump to higher energy level, thereby conducting electricity. So these silicon and germanium are also known as intrinsic semiconductors. So these intrinsic semiconductors have very low conductivity at room temperature. You can also increase the conductivity of semiconductors by adding some amount of impurity. So when you add impurity to the semiconductor, then that process of adding impurity is known as doping. So on doping, that is on adding impurity to semiconductors, their conductivity can be increased. This is known as doping. Doping is done to increase the conductivity of semiconductors. The impurity you will be adding can be electron rich or can be electron deficient. You will be adding some compound or element. That element can be electron rich. You have already studied about electron rich elements and electron deficient. So the element you will be adding will be either electron rich or either electron deficient, thereby increasing the conductivity. So that's all for today's topic. Thank you and have a nice day.